In this video, I wanted to talk about the topic of combining multiple disciplines. And I think this is quite common for people in the helping professions because we are interested in human beings and why they do things and helping people. So it leads to us training in a number of different things. And this is something that I struggled with for many years with my business because I have two not opposing, but different passions. So one of them, I trained as a hypnotherapist, coach, NLP person, and all of those fit together quite nicely in terms of, what kinds of things I might help with. But then I also have a passion for the business side of things, business growth, business development, online technology, all those kinds of things. And for a number of years, those two things, I thought, how on earth do I combine those, or how on earth do I create a business that does both of those things? And I've also seen that with people that I've helped as well. So whether you are an osteopath but then you've trained in serpa, serpa is about chronic pain. So an osteopath is a very hands-on physical therapy, and then serpa is a very talking therapy. So how do you navigate changing and implementing that within your business? Or perhaps you're something like an occupational therapist, and then you've trained as, a personal trainer, like one of my friends has done. How do you then combine those things? You love them, those are the things that you love, but how do you combine them into a company, into a service? And how do you use online technology? And like I said, this is something that I went over for years refining. I mean, Build It Brilliant has been in my brain now for 3 years, and I've not really done anything about it because I wasn't quite sure how it fits. So questions like my LinkedIn profile, you can't have two LinkedIn profiles because the LinkedIn profile is Zoe Thompson. So how do I have Zoe Thompson, hypnotherapist, business support person? Because it doesn't make sense. Do I have two separate websites? Do I have products that I create for one group of people and then products that I create for other group of people? So I think it's a big question that a lot of people have. And the way that I eventually helped myself to navigate that mental minefield is by saying, ultimately, the thing that connects those things is me as a person. And ultimately, people buy people, people buy me. So the more that I can go out to the world and be me, the more that people connect to what that is, and how that is, and the way that I do things, or the personality in which they're going to get when they engage in whatever it is that they offer. So I think the first thing is to go back to you as an individual and think, okay, what is my passions? What is it that drives me? What is the things that makes me me? So one of the things I discovered by doing that is all the things that I do have a common denominator, and that is learning, development, helping people, all of them, everything that I've ever done. So on the surface, you can look at my history and say I was a learning and development consultant. I worked in a restaurant as a restaurant manager. I am a hypnotherapist. I am a business consultant, and all those things seem very, very different things. But when you almost chunk it up to, I care about people and I want to serve people, then actually, I'm interested in why people do things the way that they do and helping them to do things better. All of that is exactly the same, no matter which element of my life or my experience I talk about. So you can come back to you as an individual. What drives you? What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that annoys you? And it might not necessarily be what you initially think it is. It might be something broader, something bigger. You might be frustrated because people aren't getting answers, and your quest in all your different services has been to help people to find those answers. And that is something you can then put into your landing pages. It's something that you can put into your posts. It's something that you can put on your social media to kind of educate people into what it is that you are passionate about and what it is that you do. And then when they come to you, you can say, if you want help with this, I've got this service. And if you want help with that, I've got this service. And that is a lot easier to do. You could have two boxes on your website that's, and if you want help with this, click here. And if you want help with that, click there. So it eases that explanation into what you do and why you do it. So I still have Refreshed Minds, and I still do corporate workshops through Refreshed Minds, and I do Build It Brilliant. And all I've done for like the LinkedIn, for example, is just stop worrying about it and post interesting things under both umbrellas. So I'm Zoe Thompson. I have two companies on my LinkedIn. One's Refresh Minds, one's Build It Brilliant. And my posts on my timeline, sometimes it's, oh, I've done a really great corporate workshop today, I've really enjoyed it. And another time is, here's a video I've done for Build It Brilliant all around, this, that, or the other. And kind of not worry about it so much and just go out and be you and put yourself into whatever it is that you're doing. So to summarize, I think it's less about the physical things that you're trained in, so your qualifications, and it's more about you as a person and what drives you and what you're passionate about, and then getting that across in your stories, landing pages, and social media. And then you can create you can use the blueprint then to create your structure in terms of your business. And whether you want to bring those things together or whether you want to have them two separate, it's really fine to do either. You just need to look at that customer journey and have something that's a solid customer journey, no matter which way you're going to structure your business. So I hope that's helped, and happy to answer questions about this. So please do comment below if this is something that particularly you've been struggling with and would like a little bit of help or advice to figure out. It does take time, so please give yourself patience around that journey to figure out what it is that you do. You don't have to wait until you have this epiphany moment where everything falls together in order to get started. You can absolutely get started with a few online pieces for a certain person or a certain type of person, and then you can build another thing, add another thing, and that's absolutely fine. So don't give yourself too much of a hard time for having to know the answer. Just help people and share who you are and what you're passionate with, and build some brilliant stuff along the way.